Have you been wanting to use Steam Enhanced Rich Presence with your Unreal Engine 5 project? Check it out. Go ahead and create a new project. For this example, we're going to use a blank template. It can be Blueprint or C++. Just go ahead and make sure you give it a unique name and press Create. As with any new project, it's going to compile shaders, so let's speed things up a little bit and we'll be right back. All right, here we are. The first thing you want to do is go up to Tools, and we want to create a new class. This class, it's going to be based on GameInstance. It's not one of the drop downs here. Instead, you'll go to All Classes up on the top right-hand side, select GameInstance, and then Next. Go ahead and give it a descriptive name. I'm going to go with Enhanced Rich Presence GameInstance. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's also describing exactly what it is. Once you're done, click Create Class. While we're waiting for your Visual Studio project to be created, go ahead and head to this blog post. It has all the prerequisites, but what we're looking for is advanced Steam sessions. This is what controls essentially the integration between Steam Friends and all of the Steamworks API. I'm using 5.4.1, so I'm going to go ahead and download that. And once this has been downloaded, you're going to want to put this in your plugins folder in the root of your project directory. If you don't have one, you can go ahead and create one now. We don't need the entire contents of the folder. We actually just need advanced sessions and advanced Steam sessions. Once these have been added, you can go ahead and go back to Unreal. And then we're going to go ahead and press OK. And select Yes, because we're just about to add some code and get this compiled. All right. Here are the two files that we are going to be editing. The C++ and the header file on my blog post, those have slightly different names. That's just what I named them for the project that I'm working on. But for this example, you can go ahead and edit it to, you can go ahead and change it to whatever you'd like, just as long as it's consistent. The .h and the .c++ file should also be the name of the GameInstance Steam Presence include up here at the top. You'll also want to change the your project name _API to whatever reflects your actual project, which is generally your project name _API. For this, we're going to create, just going to double check, Steam Rich Presence. We're going to go ahead and set it to Steam Rich Presence _API. That looks good. Going to go over here, go back to the blog, select and copy the C++. It's not very advanced. There are a couple of lines in there to provide error logging, but really this is about as bare bones as it gets. I'm going to copy that just because I do not want to type it. Rename. Cool. One other step we're going to take is go into our build file. This is essentially what tells Visual Studio which modules we should include and consider when compiling. We want to add Steamworks. It's a core element to our Unreal project now, and we want to make sure that that's included during compilation. And there we are. We are almost done. Go ahead and reopen up your project file. And once that's loaded, what we want to do is create a new game instance. So open up a content browser, right-click on Blueprint, select all classes, and choose your new class, which is the Enhanced Rich Presence GameInstance. Select that. Give it an accurate and concise name. All right. Once that's been named, go ahead and open it up. Actually, what we want to do first is go to your project settings, and we want to go to we want to go to maps and modes. This is the default game mode, map, and game instance when you first start the game. Let's go ahead and just make sure that's reflecting our new Rich Presence game instance. Everything else is fine. Go ahead and close that. You want to make notice of those statuses. We're going to create a new server authoritative custom event. This is going to fire every 60 seconds after the game starts. Go ahead and make sure that it runs on server and that it's reliable. And then select Set Steam Rich Presence. We need to input a specific key here, which is Steam Display. And then for the value, we're just going to connect that to a simple select with a random integer. Essentially, every 30 seconds, we're going to call this event. We're going to roll for a random integer 1 through 4. And depending on that result, the select node is going to choose the status, which we're going to upload here to Steamworks in just a moment. Go ahead and copy that, erase and update, and there we are. Since this is a game instance, we don't necessarily actually have a real event begin play. What we do have is an initialization event. So go up here, go to init, which is initialization. We want to create a new timer. Set it by event. Like I said before, we're going to set that to 60. We're going to make sure that it loops. It's going to just every 60 seconds choose a random number between 1 and 4, choose a corresponding status, which it'll send to Steam, and that's it. Now we have a fully functioning Steam Rich Presence game instance. This is going to work for single player, for multiplayer, and this is probably the most straightforward implementation that you're going to find. From here, you just need to create a JSON file with those statuses. You can just copy this one from the blog, save it as a text file, erase the .txt, instead replace that with .json. You're going to want to upload that to the Rich Presence section, which is in the community section of Steamworks. And from there, you just upload that as a localization file, and you're good to go. Alright folks, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe. It does a lot of good for the channel, and it means that I can create more video tutorials like this in the future. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas on how you're going to use it, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. And at the top of the video, I'll include links both to the blog post, to Advanced Steam Sessions, and Visual Studio, just so that you can get started and hopefully implement Steam Rich Presence in your project. That'll do it for now, but I will catch you in the next one.